I was watching a video the other day of Hormozi, and he was basically ripping apart a growth operator who was talking about mindset. And I thought he dropped a really great hook and then delivered horrible advice, in my opinion. And so I've been thinking about that. And I did a post the other day because it's around this idea and this question: what is your earliest memory of money? And do you think that your memory of money has any influence over your relationship with money today? And I asked this question a little while ago. I'll blow this up. And it was after I saw this comment that Hormozi made about money. And I wanted to respond or share some of my thoughts about it because I don't really agree with his logic. And so I scribbled a couple things down here. And his logic is basically that mindset doesn't matter, only actions do. And yeah, I just don't really agree with that. I don't think that he would agree with that if he really thought about it. And I get where he's coming from because here's what he said in the video. He's like, if you change your mindset and you take action, you'll get results. If you don't change your mindset and you take actions, you'll still get results. If you change your mindset but you don't take action, guess what? You'll get no results. Therefore, the only thing that's consistent is taking action equals results. And yes, that's true, but there is a flaw in this thinking. And I think that comes down to sustainability, right? Because I can force myself to take an action one time, but taking one action is not the ingredient for sustainable, repeatable success. And this is where the mindset is required, not to take one simple action. And then I was thinking of, I worked with Bob Proctor for years, who is like the master of abundance mindset, of understanding your subconscious wiring, how to shift beliefs. And he always shared this concept of the stickman concept. And I found this very helpful for me over the years. And it was basically this awareness that, we're like a human and we've got these little antennae where information is coming in through our senses all the time. And it's just crazy now where that information is coming in from, like the speed at which it's coming in from. And it comes in through your five senses. So you can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch, the holes in your head, right? And on your skin. But this is like information comes in through these senses, and this goes in through the conscious mind. And then there's kind of like this invisible barrier, because there's then also the subconscious mind. I'm not making this up. This isn't like there is no mindset, but often people have a hard time conceptualizing what is a mind, because the mind thinks in pictures. And if you think, mind, then maybe a brain comes to mind, but that's not the actual mind. And so this concept is helpful to distinguish. You have your senses, you have your mind, and you have your conscious mind, you have your subconscious mind. And in the subconscious mind, this is the storehouse where all of your memories, your image of self, your self-images. And I can tell you that your results in anything will never outperform the image that you have of yourself. Now, is that a mindset? I would argue that it is. Because the work on your self-image dictates the feelings and the thoughts and the actions that you perform over a sustainable long period of time. Now, I agree with Hormozi. He has, I've seen him in other videos where he talks about like shouting into a mirror your affirmations is not going to do shit. It might help a little bit, but the real act of developing a self-image that is worthy of receiving abundance and creating amazing results and amazing businesses is taking action and building undeniable proof that you're good at what you do, or that you are wealthy, or you're good with money, or whatever it is. I agree with that. But those actions are solidifying an image that you have of yourself inside of your subconscious mind. And that is where the actions that you take will always be in alignment with that inner image. And then there's you can go into this even more. There's a whole process for how you might shift that internal image of yourself. And I think that this is very important work. And it's not done meditating alone or without action. But to say that mindset doesn't matter, I think is inaccurate. And then I was thinking of okay, well, what about if you were to look at the mind like soil, right? And you're going to go plant a seed. Could you plant a seed, a goal, an idea, into poor soil? Sure. Would it sprout? Maybe. Would it thrive? Definitely not. If the mind is the soil that you plant your seeds and your ideas and your intentions into, I think it would be fair to say that the soil matters, or your mindset matters. And Hormozi, in another video, is brilliant because he has shared this before, that in order to grow, you have to build. It will always be based on your beliefs, your traits, and your skills, right? And you can't only build skills. It's I think he coined this, where it's like a ladder. If you have beliefs, you have traits, and you have skills, you have to build all of them at this, as you grow. You can't only build skill sets, because if you only build skills and you don't have the beliefs, you won't be able to get the results. You need all three. But what is a belief? Where is a belief? That exists in the mind. Mindset matters. So I don't even think Hormozi believes what he says there. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to ask him. But is a mindset similar to a belief? Because if it is, then I think he would say that a belief matters. So how do you shift a belief? And that kind of brings up the question, do affirmations and visualizations work? Well, they don't work without action. I've never been more broke than when I was just sitting there meditating, imagining abundance. So do affirmations and visualizations work? It's part of the puzzle, but it's not the whole thing. You need both. Sustainable success requires the right mindset and self-belief, and then aligned actions towards the visualized goals that you have. If you set goals, is that not your mindset? That's part of the mindset. Setting your intention, setting your goals, knowing the direction that you're going to go in. I would put that inside of the idea that mindset matters. So I guess I wanted to shoot this video because I do think that it's a great hook and it's horrible advice for long-term sustainable growth. So your results and your actions will be limited by your beliefs, by your paradigm, and by your standards. You can take all the action you want. If you don't have, and you might make money, but you'll probably lose it because of the internal thermostat that you have, or the beliefs that you have about money, about yourself, about what you are able to achieve, how much wealth you're able to hold. That stuff all matters. And so I don't think that it's one or the other, action or mindset. It is the integration of both of these things that will have you be able to experience sustainable growth, wealth, results. Those would be my thoughts. And I think about this often. That's why I asked this question here about what is your earliest memory of money? Because that was a question that for me that opened up an entire awareness about how I thought about money. That once I became aware of it, it shifted, and so did my actions, and then so did my results. And as somebody who has been $500,000 in debt, making $8 an hour, to building a business that does $100,000 a month, from my view, mindset matters a lot. And so does action. So, I wanted to throw my 2 cents in here. That's it.